Good morning, Gary Roden with Roden Financial Solutions. I'd like to encourage you to join us at our website, rodenfin.com, RODENFIN.com, Roden Financial Solutions. This video and many others are there for your review, as well as articles regarding fundamental estate planning, investment planning, and transferring wealth from one generation to the other. We've just completed a series of educational programs in Central Florida, the most popular of which was our program entitled How to Build, Manage, and Protect Your Wealth During These Volatile Market Periods. As many of you know, we are in an extremely low, as a matter of fact, historically low interest rate period. We're also in a historically high period in terms of stock market returns as measured by a number of the major indexes, including the S&P 500. We realize that as a family, as an individual, or couple, that your money is divided into different sectors. And during our educational program, we talk about those sectors and the expectations that you have, whether your money's in perhaps the stock market, either professionally managed, or you're managing it through perhaps mutual funds, income investments, cash reserves. What we would like to talk with you about is your guaranteed or insured money. One of the most common questions that we receive on a weekly basis is, where can we put our money where it's guaranteed or insured and earn a decent interest rate and still have some flexibility and liquidity, so that at some point in time, if we determine that we want to do something else with the money, we can do that. We're going to talk with you about that, but let's drill down a little bit upon the forest and the trees. The forest is that we would like to help you put an umbrella, if you will, over your assets, your income, your health care and standard of living, and your investments. Now, all of those things go together because each of those can impact the other. So let's talk about one of the more popular accounts that's available to you. And let's relate it to something that you're very familiar with. Many of you have used CDs for years for different purposes. CDs are predictable, they're safe, and you have an interest rate, generally speaking, that's reasonably competitive. Here's another type of account for you. It's called a multiple year guaranteed annuity. Multiple year guaranteed annuity. Now, when you put your money in a 3-year CD, you expect the money to be there for 3 years. And for that 3-year commitment, you get a little bit higher interest rate than you would if you put it in a 1-year CD. With a multi-year guaranteed annuity, you can do the exact same thing. Now, this is, generally speaking, an account that you would open for perhaps 3 years, 5 years, 7, or 10. The longer you put your money in, the higher interest rate you'll get. But let's just take the most simple account. Let's take a 3-year account and look at that versus a 3-year CD. And let's compare those based upon the things that you feel are most important. Now, when we visit with families and individuals and couples, we understand that they're interested in safety, stability, whether it be guaranteed or insured. We also know that they're interested in liquidity. Now, the liquidity of a multi-year guaranteed annuity is significantly greater than the liquidity of a CD. What do I mean by that? In a CD, in order to avoid having a penalty, you can withdraw your interest for a given year. Now, currently in CDs, that's going to be perhaps somewhere between 1 and 2%. It's not very much money. The reality is, in a multi-year guaranteed annuity, depending upon the account and the carrier that we work with, you can have as much as 10% or even 20% of your account value available to you without penalty every year. Now compare that. In a CD, you can have your interest of 1 or 2% available to you without penalty. In a multi-year guaranteed annuity, you have 10 to 20% of your account value available to you every year without penalty. There's 10 times the liquidity, generally speaking, in a multi-year guaranteed annuity than there is in a CD. And at the same time, you're typically earning a higher interest rate in a multi-year guaranteed annuity than you are in a CD. And we'll show you that. We have this schedule, and we provide these at the educational programs. We'll provide these to you when you contact our office. Now let's look at some other benefits of the different accounts. What about tax treatment of the interest? Well, you know that if your if your CD is not in an IRA, your CD interest is taxable. In a multi-year guaranteed annuity, your income, the interest that you earn on your account, is tax deferred. You can control when you pay the taxes. As long as you keep the account accumulating and you do not withdraw the interest, it is tax deferred. You will owe no taxes for that given tax year. In fact, you won't even receive any type of tax statement that you have to include on your income tax return. So the income tax treatment is better. It gives you control instead of the IRS being in control. And the interest rate is higher, generally speaking, and the liquidity is dramatically higher. You can get to 10 to 20% of your account value in any one given year without any penalties. Now let's assume that you have a health care issue. If you're diagnosed with a terminal illness, or you're confined to perhaps assisted living or a skilled nursing facility, we can make 100% of your account value in a multi-year guaranteed annuity available to you without penalty. And additionally, for some of you, there's special treatment using the techniques of the Pension Protection Act of 2006. That's discussion for a whole nother day. So that's quite a lot of information, but very simply, it boils down to you do have options regarding certificates of deposit. Visit our website at rodenfin, RODENFIN.com for information on multi-year guaranteed annuities, this video, and many others that will be helpful to you as an individual, as a family member or a partner in a relationship, and for some of you as business owners. My name again is Gary Roden with Roden Financial Solutions. We would like to thank those families in Central Florida and Central Tennessee and Northern Alabama with whom we're currently working and have worked in the past. We value those relationships and indeed treasure them. We've been working with some of those families for 30 years or more. Thank you. Stay in touch with us. We hope you have a blessed day. We're blessed and honored to work with you. Take care. Bye-bye.